Hello, welcome to Soulprint Insights. So the last three videos that were put out were new channelings from Misconceptions, sort of giving us maybe some clarity or some insights, sort of in the current times that we're in and coping with them and dealing with them. Today, I want to go back actually to one of the very first channelings I did with Misconceptions. Because it's a really important message, and for some of you this will be new information. For others who were with the Soulprint Insights channel right at the very beginning, you would have already heard this, but it really does bear repeating. It is full of a lot of insightful information, and it talks about the power of our energy. And these days it feels as if we have to struggle a little bit more to keep our energy balanced and to keep ourselves in a place of, positive energy. So I really, really want to share this with you. And so here we go. So the question was, what is the power of energy? This is the answer. Understanding that everything is energy vibrating at various rates and frequencies is just the beginning. Energy is the basis and foundation for all that is and all that surrounds us. As such, with intention to varying degrees, that energy can and should be utilized for the purpose of life. It was always intended to be the stuff of life. The energy rush of love, the power of healing, the intensity of concentration, the force of physical strength, the exuberance of children at play. This and all that surrounds you is energy made manifest. Let us look to the growth of a human body to see that the life force of energy required is beyond the mind's comprehension. But yet, seemingly without much effort, does a body grow, thrive, heal, and change. Look to nature to see the gentle energy of growth and the mighty energy of natural storms, the balancing of energy forces within the earth. Look to the arts to see the energy of music, the power of the written word, the beauty of art, and the wonder of it all is that energy is the stuff from which all creation, physical and mental, is based. So knowing that energy is the primary ingredient, we shall take a basic look at how this energy can be utilized in the world in which you create. First, let us understand that the energy surrounding the body is the soul. The soul, which is all-knowing and all-intelligent. This is the highest part of you. And that energy is used to protect, balance, and hold together that which is physical. This energy can be charged and sent through intention wherever you wish it to go. Heal the earth or send a hug. It is powerful, profound, and instantaneous. Certainly those who participate in the Soulprint Positive Energy Circles experience that when we're doing the circles. That power of the energy that we create and send is absolutely profound, and it's instantaneous. This energy can be seen and understood according to color, size, and intensity. Now, know that the energy that surrounds the body surrounds everything. every animal, every tree, every blade of grass, and every so-called solid object that you perceive. That which is solid is only solid to you because it vibrates at a much slower and denser level than you. The etheric realm is just as real, but it is simply vibrating at a higher and lighter vibration. Interestingly, the more you slow down, the easier it is to connect to the higher and lighter vibrations of the higher realms. Your thoughts and words have energy attached to them. Words, more energy than thoughts, and deeds, more energy than words. See energies as bubbles of light that move and spiral around, going out into the universe without end. They connect or meet up with like energy and form groups or clumps. Just like a group of people focused on one thought creates power, so too do these energy groups eventually achieve critical mass, and manifestation of the thought or intention is achieved. It is so very important to completely grasp this law of the universe, as it is unchanging and unchangeable. Fear creates fear. Lack creates lack. Love creates love. Joy more joy. Peace and understanding more of the same. The incorporation of this understanding then becomes the primary tool that is used to create the evolution of you. It is this knowledge, this tool, which is one of the most important understandings you will come to in the continuous process of experiencing that which is life, that which is not conceptual, but that which is experienced in a real way, taken into your understanding and hence growth. Then comes the next understanding. If everything and everyone is made up of the same stuff, clearly it originated from the same source. That source must therefore be made up of the same stuff. Hence, in the image and likeness were we created. Again, this should be taken in and understood at heart level. Feel the impact of this simple statement. Know the truth of it. All is from one source, and we are all one. That which impacts part of the whole impacts the whole, regardless of when or where. Each and every one is impacted by the actions, events, and choices of the parts of the whole. The parts may act or behave independently, but the physical and vibrational influence is felt like ripples or waves throughout all parts of the whole. Look to the quality of the water you drink, the air you breathe, and say this isn't so. Look to the outpouring of love and support given to those affected by natural weather events. Look to the global effects of the depletion of the rainforests and the impact of the loss of the many plants with healing properties yet undiscovered. Once this basic and unchanging law of the universe is understood and acted upon, clearly becomes the understanding that what I do to me, I do to my brother. The highest love should therefore be to self. In loving and appreciating the wonder and beauty of you, you then extend that vibrational energy out into the world and its inhabitants. Like energy attaches and attracts like energy. Energy is neither good nor bad, positive or negative. It is simply energy that attracts itself. Therefore, the intention of the energy released is the result of the energy released. If the intention be for healing, growth, abundance, and love, that is what will be returned. Should the energy be of fear and lack, that is what will return. Understand, there is no arbitrary God that says yes to you and no to you. Your choices and thoughts create exactly the world you live in. There are no victims and villains, no blessed and denied. There are only those who remember the unbending laws of the universe and those who have forgotten. When free will was given, it was given unconditionally. End of statement. There were no clauses or addendums added. This was the gift of our Creator, to create our existence and live it by our choice and free will. We were given the tools to create and the freedom to see and experience the results of our creations, one way or the other. We were given an energy force of incredible power and brilliance, with the ability to understand and create all that we see around us. The road each traveled is their choice and free will. The pathways unlimited and vary, and a continuous evolution. Each soul has had many experiences and opportunities for experience as they choose. You can go up, down, forward, backwards, or indeed round and round, as many times and as often as you like. The choice, as always, is yours. You can be here or there. This is not a stagnant universe, but one of eternal expansion and creation. Okay, I stopped, and then this is the second part that was created. So, as I was saying, the universe is ever expanding and ever creating. It is not stagnant, nor is the evolution of the soul. The soul being the most magical and profound piece of the Creator, which is infused into each and every one of his, her creations. There has been a misconception that you here on earth are here to struggle and atone, to work and learn in a continuous search for perfection and therefore enlightenment. Earth, and indeed all of the rooms of God's mansion, are for the expansion and the continuous evolution of the soul. They are and always were intended to be a playground, a sacred space where, in assuming physical bodies, the spirit could and would experience the physical, and therefore incorporate those experiences into the continued expansion and understanding of the soul. This idea that there is atonement is an inaccurate twist on reality. Understand, before each and every soul returns to the physical, there are many, many helpers put into place, both here and there, who have committed and vowed to assist and help the returning energy achieve its desired goal. Many of these evolve into your family members, friends, teachers, strangers on the street who appear at just the right moment. They may be that coworker that you cannot get along with, or the in-law that drives you crazy. Circles upon circles, interconnecting. These agreements are in place for the benefit of all who connect. And the agreements are often two-way streets. These intentions become your soul print. And I would be remiss if I didn't include that part of those helpers that move into place, we refer to as angels and guardians and spirit guides. So we have some behind the veil, and then some here on the planet. You must understand that to know yourself as a certain thing or energy, you must have the experience, often both sides of the experience, to know where you stand. How can you know that you are generous if you do not experience yourself as both generous and miserly? How can you know generous if you have not both given and received? How can you know generous if you have not both accepted and denied? It is in this process that you define for yourself where and who you are in terms of generous. Now think for a moment of all of the traits and virtues. Think of all of the physical experiences a soul may wish to experience to know themselves as. And then comes slowly the understanding that the process is ever expanding and ever creative. For it is indeed the nature of expansion that when you reach the highest pentacle, then there in front of you is a newly created pentacle for you to reach. Thus, creation and the universe cannot, and indeed never would, be stagnant. Now, coupled with each returning soul's highest intentions are the realities of returning to an environment that is heavy and dense. So the need for physical survival impact upon the returning soul, now surrounding a physical body, must also deal with the need for food, air, water, and shelter. Know that there are helpers in place, both in the physical and spiritual realms, that have vowed and committed to assist. Careful, however, not to judge, as it is only the soul who knows the path it would take and walk. Rich or poor, healthy or not, loved or abused. There are very few on the earth at any one time who clearly remember their path and do not get waylaid or sidetracked. These are usually referred to as masters. And given the history of how some of them have been treated, so too, their path is not an easy one. Most returning souls, not once, but many, many times during the course of an incarnation, will get caught up on the boulders they were never intended to get trapped by. Into place will come those helpers pre-assigned Into place will come those helpers pre-assigned and determined to assist in keeping the vow of assistance. Free will, once again, plays a part in this process. An offer of assistance is extended. To accept or not is a choice each soul will make. Within each choice, then becomes the ultimate impact of free will. For the result of the choice then opens or closes the next door or pathway in the progression of a soul's journey. We have seen, certainly in recent times, the impact of choices being made and how there are intended and unintended consequences of the choices being made, and how very often those choices impact not only the person making the choices, but really do ripple out and impact the all. It is not a matter of do this and you will please God, or do that and you will displease God. Every experience is simply an experience, all of which go into the growth and expansion of the soul's journey. You will all walk many paths, and you will all have and be helpers along the way. None walks alone on their journey. Now, still the mind for a moment and remind yourself that you are all divine with that eternal and brilliant part of the God force incorporated into your beings. Your highest desire is for the continued expansion and evolution. Therefore, for you and every other is the prayer that for the highest good. This is the most profound prayer and statement, as it acknowledges no judgment, only the soul's ongoing and ever-increasing quest to the pinnacle. Along the way, you will be born into the physical and you will leave the physical. You will rest and recharge in the plane of the spiritual. You will be helpers on earth and in heaven, and you will be helped. For this is the way and the light. What you do for your brother, you do to you. The process is without end, for the pinnacle only begets another pinnacle. The higher and faster you fly is entirely up to you. The process is your choice and free will. Each of you have set up signposts along the way, places in time and space that are there to reawaken the soul print of the path chosen. Again, the choice to receive the message or embrace or remembrance is up to you. Many times you will follow a path that seemingly flows with golden lights. Your timing is perfect, and you are in the right place at the right time with the right people and energy and all that flows without turbulence. Other times, it matters not what you do or say, who you see or contact. There is no flow of energy and no clear path to follow. These times are the times to take a step back and evaluate the path you are contemplating. The blocks are almost always created by the self, usually at a higher vibration, in an attempt to remind you of the soul print that you chose. It is a mistaken understanding that implies the more you suffer and sacrifice, the more value does the lesson hold. These are incorrect thoughts, as there are no lessons on the path, only opportunities to continue the evolution of your soul. Should you choose this evolution to take place in a loving and peaceful environment, that is what you will draw to you. And many will say, "You are so blessed to know no hardships." This is not so. Only that you view the hardships as part of the process, and so do not attach more meaning to them than to the blessings. Indeed, this is the masterful way of progress, understanding and blessing each moment for the gifts it offers, be the gift of joy, sadness, hunger, and knowledge. The gift is a piece of the progression of your soul's path. Embrace that which is in your life as truly you have scripted it to be there. And when the knowledge and experience are gained, bless and release the gift with thanks. The less that shackles the physical, the lighter and faster do you fly. However, judge not even yourself. For unless you have your soul print in front of you, and that cannot be, as it would influence your free will, even you will not fully be aware of the path you have chosen. The soul print is there for your higher self to refer to when that is required. The soul print is the blueprint or covenant of desires and intended experiences for this incarnation. This can only be accessed by your soul for guidance. And this is as it should be. Because if you were able to access it and read it, your progression would lose the depth for which you return to Earth. It could then be likened to reading a story instead of living the experience. Never lose sight of the fact that the physical incarnation is to experience the physical. It is your playground. We remain, at this time, Masudius. There's a lot of food for thought in that channeled message. Until next time, stand in your power and stand in your light. Bye-bye.